Dear students and viewers, myself Dr. Shiv Harsh Singh, and today once again I have come before you with a lecture on cosmopolitan democracy. Students and viewers, victory of the Western liberal states ending the Cold War inspired the hope that international relations could be guided by the ideals of democracy and the rule of law. So, in the early 1990s, a group of Western thinkers developed the political project of cosmopolitan democracy with an aim of providing intellectual arguments in favor of an expansion of democracy both within states and at the global level. Students and viewers, in fact, the theory of cosmopolitan democracy has been advanced in reference to the reform of international organizations. Some significant success has been achieved in terms of democratization within states, but much less has been attained in democratizing the global system. In different forms, the necessity to expand democratic practice beyond nation states has been supported by the political philosopher Jürgen Habermas and the sociologist Ulrich Beck. Students and viewers, cosmopolitan democracy is a political theory which explores application of the norms and values of democracy at transnational and global sphere. It argues that global governance of the people, by the people, for the people is possible and needed. In cosmopolitan democratic model, decisions are made by those affected, avoiding the single hierarchical form of authority. Students and viewers, the writers advocating cosmopolitan democracy include Immanuel Kant, David Held, Daniel Archibugi, Richard Fox, and Marie Kaldor. Students and viewers, cosmopolitan democrats argue that according to the issues at stake, democratic practice should be expanded to take into account the will of the stakeholders. This can be done either through direct participation or through the elected representatives. The model advocated by cosmopolitan democrats is confederal and decentralized global governance without world government. Unlike those models of global governance supported by the classic world federalism thinkers such as Albert Einstein. At the same time, the supporters of cosmopolitan democracy are very skeptical about the effectiveness of military interventions in order to expand democracy. Even when they are apparently motivated by humanitarian intentions. Instead, they have suggested to activate people's diplomacy and arms control. Students and viewers, the criticisms of cosmopolitan democracy have come from realist, Marxist, communitarian, and multicultural perspectives. The democratic theorist Robert A. Dahl has expressed his doubts about the possibility of expanding democracy in international organizations to any significant degree, as he believes that democracy diminishes with size. But the opponents of Dahl's approach point to the fact that bigger countries are not necessarily less democratic. For example, there is no correlation between voters' turnout and population size. In fact, voters' turnout is smallest in countries with fewer than 100,000 citizens. So, students and viewers, this has been a short and effective lecture on cosmopolitan democracy, which explains that what is the idea of cosmopolitan democracy and what far it has been forwarded by a group of Western thinkers. This video you can watch on Facebook as well. Thank you so much.